Imagine a force so dominant, it made grown men look like children on the court.
LeBron trained down the track. Look out!
Blocking foul.
A duo so unstoppable, they turned the NBA into their personal playground for years. Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal weren't just good, they were basketball gods walking among mortals.
There's 3 timeouts left, the Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
But here's the real question, how good were they actually? The answer might shock you. Get ready to dive into the epic saga of 2 of the greatest players to ever grace the hardwood. Let's break it down, starting with the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
Look out, George. Here he comes. 360 turn, slam, dunk. And the Lakers cannot play better than this.
Standing at 7'1" and weighing over 300 pounds, Shaq was a physical anomaly. But his size wasn't just for show. In his prime with the Lakers, he averaged 29.7 points, 13.6 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. Those aren't just all-star numbers, they're video game stats. But Shaq wasn't just about brute force. His footwork in the post was ballet-like, his touch around the rim softer than a feather.
What do you do with the big fella, Chip?
Nothing you can do with him.
Defenders didn't stand a chance. Double team him, he'd pass out to open shooters, single coverage, might as well clear the lane and let him dunk. Shaq's impact on the game was so massive, the NBA had to change rules because of him. They allowed zone defense partly to combat Shaq's dominance. Teams started the hack-a-Shaq strategy, intentionally fouling him to send him to the free throw line.
Love fest that has broken out here at Staples.
But even with these tactics, Shaq kept dominating. Now, let's talk about the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Attacking. All the way, dumps it home! Kobe down the middle with a...
If Shaq was a wrecking ball, Kobe was a surgeon with a basketball. His skill set was unmatched. Fadeaway jumpers, acrobatic layups, lockdown defense. Kobe did it all. In his peak season, Kobe averaged 35.4 points per game. That's not just scoring, that's setting the nets on fire. But numbers don't tell the whole story. Kobe's killer instinct was legendary. Fourth quarter, game on the line, everyone in the arena knew who was getting the ball. Kobe's work ethic was stuff of legend. He'd be in the gym at 4 a.m. perfecting his craft while others slept. This dedication showed in his game. He could score from anywhere on the court against any defender. Double teams? No problem. He'd just elevate over them and sink the shot. Together, Kobe and Shaq were like fire and ice, yin and yang. Their contrasting styles created a perfect basketball harmony. From 2000 to 2002, they led the Lakers to 3 consecutive NBA championships. In the 2001 playoffs, they went 15-1, steamrolling through the league like it was a pickup game. Let's dive into some of their biggest games together. One that stands out is Game 7 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers. The Lakers were down by 15 points in the fourth quarter. Most teams would have folded, but not Kobe and Shaq. Shaq dominated the paint, scoring crucial buckets and grabbing rebounds.
His first field goal. Midway through, Bryant into Shaq, turnaround jumper, that is a tough shot.
Kobe hit clutch shots and made key defensive plays. The defining moment? Kobe's alley-oop to Shaq in the final minute, sealing the comeback.
Timeouts left, the Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
Shaq finished with 18 points and 9 rebounds, while Kobe had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. This game showcased their ability to elevate their play when it mattered most. Another legendary performance came in Game 1 of the 2001 NBA Finals against the Philadelphia 76ers. Shaq was unstoppable, scoring 44 points and grabbing 20 rebounds.
Fox for Shaq. Shaq again, getting down.
Kobe added 15 points and 12 rebounds. Though the Lakers lost this game, it set the tone for the series, which they won in 5 games. But perhaps their most iconic game together was Game 4 of the 2000 NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers. Shaq fouled out in overtime, leaving Kobe to carry the team. And boy, did he deliver. Kobe scored 8 points in overtime, finishing with 28 for the game, and led the Lakers to victory. Shaq had dominated earlier with 36 points and 21 rebounds.
And now Harper, looking for Shaq, who takes it in deep.
This game perfectly illustrated how they could take turns being the hero. But here's where it gets interesting. Some critics argue that Kobe and Shaq's individual greatness actually held them back as a duo. They say the two alpha dogs couldn't coexist long term. But is that fair? Let's look at the facts. In their 8 seasons together, they made the NBA Finals 4 times and won 3 titles. That's a 50% finals appearance rate and a 37.5% championship rate. For context, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, often considered the greatest duo ever, had a 66% finals appearance rate and a 50% championship rate in their prime years together. So, were Kobe and Shaq underachievers? Or were expectations simply too high? Consider this. In the 2001 playoffs, Shaq averaged 30.4 points and 15.4 rebounds. Kobe, 29.4 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 6.1 assists. That's 2 players performing at an all-time great level simultaneously. It's like having 2 Michael Jordans on one team. But their impact went beyond numbers. Kobe and Shaq changed how the game was played. Teams started desperately searching for big men who could match up with Shaq. Spoiler alert, they couldn't find any. Kobe's work ethic became the gold standard for young players entering the league. Let's break down their individual accolades during their time together. Shaq racked up 1 NBA MVP award, 3 NBA Finals MVP awards, 7 All-Star selections, 7 All-NBA selections, 6 first team, 1 second team, and 3 all-defensive second-team selections. Not to be outdone, Kobe earned 5 All-Star selections, 5 All-NBA selections, 2 first-team, 2 second-team, 1 third-team, and 4 all-defensive first-team selections.
He's making them work here. There's no doubt about it.
It's good stuff. More to shoot.
These individual accomplishments, achieved while playing alongside another superstar, are mind-boggling. It's rare to see 2 players of this caliber coexist on the same team and still rack up personal accolades. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. They're falling out. Yes, their relationship soured. Yes, it led to the breakup of a potential dynasty. But does that diminish what they accomplished together? Or does it make their achievements even more impressive? Think about it. 2 players at odds with each other off the court still managed to dominate on it. That's not just talent, that's professionalism of the highest order. Their conflicts were well documented. Shaq felt Kobe was too selfish with the ball. Kobe thought Shaq didn't work hard enough, especially in the offseason. These tensions came to a head after their loss to the Detroit Pistons in the 2004 NBA Finals. But here's a thought that might keep you up at night. What if Kobe and Shaq had stayed together? What if they had worked out their differences? How many more championships could they have won? We'll never know. But what we do know is this. At their peak, Kobe and Shaq weren't just good. They weren't just great. They were a basketball phenomenon, the likes of which we may never see again. Let's look at some of the records they set together. In the 2001 playoffs, they led the Lakers to a 15-1 record, the best playoff winning percentage in NBA history at the time. They're one of only 2 duos in NBA history to win 3 straight championships, while both averaging over 20 points per game in each title run. In the 2002 playoffs, they became the first pair of teammates in NBA history to each average over 25 points and 5 rebounds per game throughout an entire postseason. These records speak to their incredible chemistry on the court, despite their off-court issues. They complemented each other perfectly. Shaq's dominance in the paint opened up opportunities for Kobe on the perimeter. Kobe's threat from outside kept defenses honest, preventing them from constantly double-teaming Shaq. Their impact on the game went beyond just their time together. Shaq's dominance forced teams to rethink their approach to the center position. His combination of size, strength, and agility was unprecedented.
After shooting only 19% in the first quarter, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Many teams drafted or traded for big men specifically to try to contain Shaq, but few succeeded. Kobe, on the other hand, became the blueprint for the modern shooting guard. His relentless work ethic, versatile skill set, and clutch performances inspired a generation of players. The Mamba mentality became more than just a catchphrase. It was a way of approaching the game that many players still try to emulate today. Together, they were more than just the sum of their parts. They were a force of nature that reshaped the NBA landscape. Their Lakers teams were must-watch TV, drawing in casual fans and die-hard basketball aficionados alike. But their greatness wasn't limited to just their time together. Both Kobe and Shaq continued to achieve great things after their partnership ended. Shaq went on to win another championship with the Miami Heat in 2006. Proving he could succeed without Kobe. He finished his career with 15 All-Star selections, 14 All-NBA selections, and is widely regarded as one of the most dominant centers in NBA history. Kobe, meanwhile, cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players ever. He won 2 more championships with the Lakers in 2009 and 2010, earning Finals MVP honors both times. He finished his career with 18 All-Star selections, 15 All-NBA selections, and ended up 3rd on the all-time scoring list. Their individual success post-breakup only adds to the mystique of their time together. If they were this good apart, imagine what they could have achieved if they had stayed together longer. So, how good were Kobe and Shaq actually? The numbers speak for themselves. The championships speak for themselves. The records they set speak for themselves. But perhaps the most telling indicator of their greatness is this. Nearly 2 decades after their last championship together, we're still talking about them, still debating their place in history, still marveling at what they accomplished. In the pantheon of great NBA duos, Kobe and Shaq stand at the very top. They weren't just good. They weren't just great. They were transcendent. They were the kind of players that come along once in a generation, and we were lucky enough to see them play together.